Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Today we will discuss the leadership of President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono. This present will be delivering myself, Fani Fadila, along with my colleagues with Siva Sabilillah, Wilda Handayani, Farah, and Fahira. Without wasting any time, the first material will be presented by Clara. To Clara, it's your time.
Okay, thanks to moderator. One, clear vision. Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono, or SBY, leadership vision as president start from 2004 to 2014. During his 2 terms of leadership, Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono had a clear vision in developing Indonesia. His main vision is a peaceful, just, and prosperous Indonesia, which was then realized in various strategic policies. SBY main vision in policy implementation: 1. Vision of a peaceful Indonesia. SBY seeks to create political stability and national security through 1. Resolving the Aceh, 2. Strengthening international diplomacy, and 3. Increasing the professionalism of the TNI and Polri in maintaining domestic security. Next. SBY's greatest success in this aspect was resolving the Aceh conflict, which was recognized as one of Indonesia's best diplomatic achievements. 2. Vision of Just Indonesia. SBY pushed for legal reform and eradicating corruption by 1. Strengthening the Corruption Eradication Commission or KPK, with success in arresting a number of high-ranking officials and corrupt politicians. 2. Encouraging bureaucratic reform, including the implementation of an e-government system for government transparency. Improving the rule of law with several revisions to law aimed at strengthening the judicial system. On the one hand, the KPK became stronger in the SBY era, but on the other hand, there was criticism that SBY was not firm enough in dealing with corruption in his inner circle. Scandals such as the Bank Senturi and Hambalang case showed that despite reforms, corrupt practices were still a major challenge. Next. 3. Vision of Purpose Indonesia. In the economic sector, SBY has a target to increase economic growth and people welfare through 1. Stable economic growth of an average of 5 to 6 per year. 2. Social assistance program, and 3. Increase investment in infrastructure. Although the economy is growing steadily, economic inequality is still a problem, with the gap between cities and villages remaining high. In addition, PLT has been criticized because it is considered a short-term solution that has the potential to create community dependence on government assistance. Next. So, integrity. integrity. SBY is known as a leader who has a strong commitment to transparency and accountability. During his administration, SBY has attempted to increase transparency and accountability in state financial management through various policies, such as developing a more transparent and accountable state financial management system. During the presidency of Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono, a number of concrete steps were taken to improve bureaucratic integrity in Indonesia. Here are some of the steps. 1. State of official wealth report. 2. Implementation of the procurement. 3. Open promotion. 4. Signing of the integrity pact. 5. Implementation of performance based budget. And 6. Establishment of the National Bureaucratic Reform Committee. 7. Declaration of the Integrity Zone. And 8. Be fixed, especially when responding to opposition from the bureaucracy and resolving unresolved human rights cases. SB presidency held that commitment and consistency play an important role in implementing integrity in government as a whole. Next. 3. Effective communication. President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono is widely recognized for his calm and communicative leadership style. In the context of effective communication and analysis of SBY, leadership involves gathering data from various sources such as his speech list, press conference, interviews, media coverage, and public opinion survey conducted during his tenure. For instance, in dealing with natural disaster, SBY calming and informative communication successful provided in a sense of security and clear guidance to affect communities. Similarly, explaining economic policies as well work to simplify complex issues so that they could be understood by various groups. Next. Analysis of SBY communication style show that his communication has a significant influence in opinion and supporting the acceptance of policies implemented by his administration. One of his strengths is his calming communication style and his ability to explain complex issues. Of However, on the other hand, he is sometimes perceived as lacking transparency or response to critics, especially in addressing controversial issues. For example, response to several sensitive issues are often seen as less open and lacking in providing space for constructive dialogue. Overall, it can be conclude that effective communication is one of the main strengths of SBA leadership. However, future leader can learn from his implication is that a leader must be able to build open, honest, and responsive communication to gain trust and support from the community. Next. Okay, that's all from me. I return it to the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you to Clara for her present. The next material will be read by Fahira. To Fahira, the time is yours.
Okay, I would like to say thank you to the moderator. Then I will explain the material, namely, for ability to motivate. Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono served as President of Indonesia for 2 terms from 2004 to 2014. One of the prominent aspects of his leadership was his ability to motivate the public, born through policies, speeches, and his communicative approach. SBY motivating ability. 1. Diplomatic rhetoric and communication style. SBY is known as a leader who is very careful in speaking. He often uses polite, systematic, and structured language in every speech. One example is when he delivers a stage speech or face a crisis situation, such as a natural disaster of or social conflict. Although his communication style seems intellectual and diplomatic, his approach is often considered too formal and does not arouse the masses emotionally. This makes his motivational power more effective among bureaucrats and academic, but less attractive to ordinary people who want a more spontaneous and charismatic leader. To pro-people police and effort to improve welfare. Some of the SBY populist police that aim to motivate the people include 1. Direct cash assistance or BLT program to help the poor when fuel prices rise. 2. PNPM Mandiri or National Community Empowerment Program. 3. Bidik Misi and BOS. These policies have succeeded in having a positive impact on lower class communities. 3. Leadership in times of crisis and disaster. SBY led Indonesia through several major crises such as Aceh tsunami, Yogyakarta earthquake, global economic crisis. In each of these events, he was often present directly at the disaster site and showed concern for the victims, as seen when he handled the impact of the tsunami in Aceh. Although his direct presence was a form of motivation for the affected community, there was criticism that the government response in handling disaster was often slow due to complex bureaucracy. For corruption eradication and bureaucratic reform. In the SBY era, the KPK became stronger and many major cases were revealed, include the Bank Senturi case and corruption of the DPR member. He also pushed for bureaucratic reform with an e-government system to increase transparency. Although there was progress in eradicating corruption, some parties consider that SBY was not firm enough in dealing with corruption in his inner circle, including the Hambalang case that dragged the Democratic Party. However, his main weakness was an approach that was too formal and not populist enough. which made the motivation he gave not always effective in all levels of society. Overall, SBY is a leader who provides motivation through policy and real action, although he still has limitation in terms of charisma and political assertiveness. 5. Empathy. The empathy in the leadership of President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono is reflected in his participatory approach and concern for the community. He is known as a leader who prioritizes communication, listen to various parties, and consider the impact of policy on the people. 1. Participatory approach. SBY often involves various elements of society in decision making, including academics, community leaders, and international institutions, to respond to social issues and disaster. During his 2 terms of leadership, Indonesia experienced various major disasters, such as the 2004 Aceh tsunami and the 2010 eruption of Mount Merapi. SBY show empathy by going directly to disaster location, providing support to victims and supervising recovery effort. Its rapid response and disaster relief policy reflect concern for the suffering of the people. 3. Social policy and welfare. SBY initiated various programs to improve community welfare, such as direct cash assistance or BLT, family help program, or PKH. However, SBY approach, which tends to be cautious, is responding to political and social issues, has also received criticism. Some policies are considered slow because there is too much deliberation and consultation. Okay, that's all from me. I'll return it to the moderator.
Thank you to Fahira from Her Depression. The next material will be read by Wilda. To Wilda, it's yours.
6. Life decision making. President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono was known for this caution and deliberation leadership style and decision making. During his 2 president term 2004 to 2014, SBY embraced a democracy leadership approach with the frequency involved various stakeholders before making important decisions. This approach was also even in the resolution at the Aceh conflict, which culminated in the signing of the Chalkin Agreement in 2004. Next. Although SBY caution approach to decision-making brought stability, it also drew criticism from various parties who considered him too slow and in situation required import action. SBY was also often known as distant due to his habit of the forming committee or special teams to discuss issues with the something slow the decision-making process. Next. In terms of tax delegation, President SBY demonstrates a fairly system approach to the formation of a cabinet comprising various backgrounds, including thermal, political, and professional. Next. Although SBY implement structured task delegation, JR was criticism that he sometimes internet too much to the decision that law have been fully entrusted to the relevant minister or institution. Critic also assessment that SBY delegation was something based more on the political consideration that capability, resulting in the some ministry being unable to work ultimately in carrying out their duties. Next. That's all for me. Back to moderator. Thanks.
Thank you for Hilda for her presentation. The next material will be read by Siva. To Siva, it's your.
Alright, next is adaptability. The leadership model of Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono shows good adaptability, reflected in his democratic, authentic, and charismatic leadership style. SBY is able to combine democratic and bureaucratic approach in his leadership. Firstly, economic adaptation. During his tenure, SBY was first confronted with the consequences of the 2008 global economic crisis. The adaptive measures taken included fiscal and monetary measures, such as cutting interest rates and increasing project-based investment to boost the economy. Next. Secondly, social and political adaptation. In the social and political context, SBY has demonstrated his ability to adapt by overcoming various and conflicts and instabilities. Thirdly, adaptation to environmental issues. In addition, SBY has also adapted to increasingly critical environmental issues. At the 2007 UN Climate Change Conference in Bali, SBY committed to reducing carbon emissions and protecting Indonesia's tropical rainforest. Next. 9. Responsibility. An analysis of SBY's leadership in the context of responsibility requires gathering data from various sources, including public policies implemented during his administration, government performance reports, responses to crises and important issues, as well as audits and accountability reports. For example, SBY's commitment to combating corruption is reflected in the establishment of anti-corruption agencies and law enforcement against corrupt actors. Additionally, his swift and effective response to natural disasters such as earthquakes and tsunamis also demonstrate his responsibility in protecting and serving the community. Next. An analysis of SBY's action and policies shows effort to enhance accountability and transparency in governance. However, there are also criticism regarding some aspects of his responsibility. For example, some parties assess that the response to the past human rights violations has been inadequate, and the handling of agrarian conflict has not been fully resolved. Overall, it can be concluded that SBY demonstrated responsibility in carrying out his duties as president, but there is still room for improvement. Next. Last, continuous learning. SBY demonstrated a commitment to continuous learning in his leadership by adapting to global challenge, encouraging increased government and community capacity. First, adaptation to global challenge. SBY tried to adapt Indonesia's economic and political policies to global development. 2. The bureaucratic reform and increasing government capacity. SBY encouraged bureaucratic reform by increasing government efficiency and the professionalism of state apparatus. Next. 3. Strengthening education and human resource development. SBY pays great attention to improving the quality human of resource with various policies. This awareness of the importance of continuous learning shows that SBY is not only focused on administrative leadership, but also on a long-term development for the Indonesian nation. All right, that's all from me. I'll return it back to the moderator.
Thank you to Siva for his presentation. The next material that's all or the presentation for today. If there were any mistake, we apologize. So, when President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono expressions that expensive leadership requires a clear vision to reach the goals. So, with the decision making, the ability. So, the conclude of the presentation for today. If there were any mistake, we apologize. And thank you so much. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.